Yeah. So the name of a production company, Blue Butterfly. Why?
Firstly, I don't know, I've always been attracted to that blue butterfly emoticon.
Okay.
I feel I've unknowingly used it in like, my captions sometimes when I write poetry, even on my bio, it was just there. I find something very vibrant and, it kind of signifies freedom for me. And I also feel butterfly is, it's like, it has a journey.
Yeah.
It symbolizes change. It symbolizes sort of transforming yourself from being like a caterpillar to becoming this beautiful butterfly and then flying. And I feel like my journey has been like that, where I've not always been the butterfly. I've learnt it on the job. And yeah, so that was
Nice.
it.
There are many actors that have played twin roles before. When you get into that zone, do you say, I should play these twins in a way that nobody has ever played them? Do you set yourself that ambition? Or do you just say, I want to play these characters as written? Is that the goal?
I think the second one.
Okay.
Because I feel that, most of the films that I've seen with twin stories, both the characters are in different setups and different environments, and at some point they meet. Whether you see Judwa, whether you see Chalbaz,
Yeah.
or Tanu as Manu Returns, the two different people completely, they haven't ever met. Here, in my case, they were sisters, and 70% of my scenes were with myself.
Yeah.
So I couldn't actually just say that, oh, I want to do it like how that was so different. But these are sisters.
Yeah.
The point is that sisters are alike, but also very different.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was to find how these two sisters can just be very different, hate each other, but still at some core level be attached. What is their baggage like? How they're two different personalities who've gone through the same incident in their childhood but taken it differently. Everyone, I think, from their experiences can take things differently. There are people who go into a shell, there are people who kind of fight it out, there are people who become like rebels, so I feel like that was interesting for me, that their baggage was same.
Did you draw on the relationship that you have with your sister in any way for this?
No.
Okay.
I mean, these were like really, they kind of hated each other. So I don't think it was far from my equation with my sister.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
There are certain films that you said you went to acting workshops for. Which films were those? Or were there certain scenes or?
The first one I went for was Mimi.
Okay. Mimi is really the beginning of a lot of things for you.
Yeah, it is. It did open up a lot in me, I feel like. I matured as a person. I think it kind of gave me a lot of confidence. It made me hungrier. I was hungry. I was looking for an opportunity for a very long time.
Right.
But I also feel like it happens when you're ready.
Yeah.
And I was ready. So that is when I kind of started, because it was the first time I was headlining something. I wanted to find a different way. I wanted to also find a bouncing board to, see how I can do things and be prepared. Then I did for a portion of, just to find Sifra.
Okay.
Weirdly, because it had no emotions.
Teri Baaton Mein
Yeah,
Uljha
Teri
Jiya.
Baaton Mein Uljha Jiya. She had no emotions. So usually one wouldn't go for a workshop there. But I feel like it was so important for me to find her, because I didn't know, there was no reference point.
Right.
And it had a lot to do with body language and tonality, and also to find when a robot malfunctions, what all can I do?
Yeah.
So I feel like I use these workshops where it's almost like, कभी-कभी डंडा चाहिए होता है ना सर पे, to sit and study.
Yeah.
So it's my study time, I feel. And I like having someone to just chat with, explore, do a scene maybe once, feel how it felt, and then, find a different way of doing it. And in that you find some magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it also because, see, as people, we have the same face, the same smile, the same we do everything a certain way.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe you're putting yourself through this workshop to kind of do something a little differently under somebody else's supervision.
Yeah, so I would do a workshop only if I feel like that I want to find something different in this character. There are a lot of characters that don't need that.
Yeah.
Where there's nothing to the character that can be very
Right.
different. So
like crew, you would not probably.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's more about situational comedy. It's more about chemistry with actors.
Right.
It's not so much about your character and the character's depth.
Right.
Though Pati was, I had to find those differences in these two girls.
So you went to a workshop for
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
So that I did. So for me, every time I feel like I need to find this character, I need to make this character different from me, or find something unique, or there is some scene that I feel like I don't know how I'm going to do this scene. So sometimes I just feel it from inside that, okay, let me just go for like 3 days. It's not a long workshop, it's like 2-3 days where you're just discussing the character, you're just having someone to talk to, getting another perspective, and then eventually you're figuring it all on your own.
Right.
Yeah.
But you get some tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Crew is a fun movie that you made, but otherwise, they've all been fairly intense, right?
Teri Baaton Mein is fun.
Okay, yeah. Except for the last portion, maybe. Yeah.
No, last portion also is fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because she has no
Yeah.
emotional depth at all.
Yeah.
So for me, it was super fun
Yeah.
to do it. Though Pati was intense, and of course, Tere Ishq Mein is intense.
Do you think your performance in Mimi is what? Did you ask Anand if that's what made him pick you for?
No, but Mimi was a while back.
Yeah.
So.
But it also kind of, like you said, it also showed a lot of people what you were capable of doing, right?
Yeah, I think Atrangi he made when? He made it before.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, of course, I feel like I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
I've gone to meet him, had food, chatted. He sometimes, tells you a scene of some film, connected with him, came back. I knew that I wanted to work with him. And I also knew that I really wanted to do a love story because it's one of my favorite genres. And there are very few directors who make it well.
When you say love story, you mean a serious love story?
Yeah,
as opposed to
passionate
Teri
love
Baaton
story.
Mein. Yeah.
Not rom-com,
Yeah.
love story.
Yeah.
So, and I used to keep telling him, I'm like, please make love stories. There are very few directors who make them right. But I feel like he also says that, after Mimi, like I went through the grind of gaining that kind of maturity as an actor to be able to pull off such a layered character in Tere Ishq Mein.
Yeah.
So even I feel like I don't know how ready I would be before a Mimi, to do something like this, because Mukti's character is not all on paper. It doesn't have the crutches of dialogues in every scene.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's unsaid.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's in the eyes.
Yeah.
If you play slightly differently, she can completely be negative and you may not connect with her at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like that needed me to also go through certain experiences in life and in my career to kind of come to it.
Get there, yeah.